details on this New Year's cell phone policy, it's time to consider bowling for RHS and information about the homecoming dance. We are Richmond and we are... Hi, I'm David Perez. This year, RHS has seen a crackdown on having cell phones out in class. I spoke with Mr. Amix to find out more about this policy.
Mr. Amix, I got one question for you. Can you explain the phone policy, and is it a new policy or is it just an existing, enforced policy?
Yeah, so the phone policy is new. Teachers have asked us to kind of be a little bit more consistent across the board and allow them to manage their classrooms a little bit better. So as a district, we have created that phone policy that students are not to have cell phones present during classrooms. So when an administrator walks into the classroom to do an observation of teachers and students, for example, we don't want to see cell phones. We think that having cell phones away during instruction time is super important. We are here to get an education and to make the best of the time that we have in those classrooms. So we ask that students do not have their cell phones visible during class time. We do allow students to use them during the passing periods and at lunchtime. We know that is a safety thing for a lot of students. They feel safer having their phones on them, so we're not making students put them in their lockers or keep them at home at this point. So we're trying to meet in the middle, trying to make sure that we're focusing on academic achievement and that students are staying focused in their classrooms. If cell phones are seen in classrooms, there's a 3-step procedure for teachers. So first step is that they will ask you to put it away and not let it be seen again. Second step is if they see it again after asking you to put it away, they will ask you to put it on their desk or in one of the phone holders that we have provided each teacher that has asked for one. And then unfortunately, sometimes there is a third step. If it's seen, if they refuse to put it on the teacher's desk or in the phone holders, then they're written a referral and they come see me or Mrs. Baker, at which point we take the phone until the end of the school day. So that is kept over here in this locked office. Nobody has a key to it other than me and my secretary. So you would come back the first time that it gets to my office. You'll come back and get it at the end of the day. If it happens again where you refuse to give it to a teacher, then we do ask a parent or guardian to come pick the phone up at the end of the school day. So it's a lot easier if you just give it to your teacher. If you get to that second step, it's a lot easier to give it to your teacher and you get it back at the end of the period. Now, one caveat to that is if it is a daily reminder, if you're on your cell phone daily and your teacher always has to give you a reminder, they might have a conversation with you, say, hey, I'm not going to give you any more reminders, Senior David. You know the cell phone policy. This is your final reminder for the semester. And at that point, when they see it, they're going to ask you to put it in their phone holder. But if you do that, like I said, you get it back at the end of the period instead of written a referral and getting it back at the end of the day.
Next up, we want to remind you that homecoming is coming up on September 15th, only 2 weeks from today, and that means the homecoming parade and games.
What's going on, Red Devils? So we got some exciting stuff coming up. So September 13th is going to be our homecoming parade. That's actually the same week, obviously, as homecoming week. We'll have Spirit Week and all that fun stuff going on, and the football game and the dance. But the most fun part about it is going to be the RHS homecoming games, okay? We've done these probably the last 5 or 6 years. It's probably my favorite event of the year. It's a lot of fun. So those take place on September 13th, immediately following the parade on Leibolt Field. Super easy to sign up. I'll have these sign up on the RHS students page on Canvas. You literally just fill out the Google form. Yeah, so super easy to sign up. All you need is 4 boys and 4 girls, okay? You'll see on the form it'll say team name. You can put any team name you want. Obviously, it just needs to be school appropriate. And then you'll put the first and last names and the grade levels of the 4 boys and the 4 girls on your team. And then you hit submit and you're in. So, yeah, that's going to be immediately following the parade on September 13th on Leibolt Field. Hopefully we'll have some food trucks and stuff that you guys can enjoy immediately following the parade so you can get some food in your bellies before we go out and compete. disclaimer, you don't have to be athletic to play. It's just for fun. It's really just dumb luck if you win anyway. So anybody who wants to participate, you could definitely participate. It's a whole lot of fun. We hope to see you guys out there on September 13th. If you have any questions about how to sign up or what it takes to sign up, you can come see me in room R206 and feel free to ask me any questions. Have a great day.
And for the first time in a few years, we'll have a homecoming dance. The dance will be on a Saturday night instead of right after the game. Cost is $10 per person. There will be a DJ, photo booth, games, and light refreshments. It will be a casual, and the theme is retro, so you are encouraged to wear outfits from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Tickets will be on sale during lunch all through homecoming week, starting on Monday, September 11th. Now let's look at a few announcements. It's time to consider bowling for RHS. Tryouts are Tuesday, September 12th and Wednesday, September 13th. They will be at Richmond 40 lanes starting at 4:15 each day. There is no cost to try out. Remember to consider being part of the Boys and Girls Club's Workforce Initiative Network. You'll learn resume building, how to interview for a job, and much more. Plus, you can earn while you learn. Call Larry Young at the club, 962-0325 for more information. Also, remember that starting September 6th, Wednesdays at the club are teen nights. Next Wednesday will be tie-dye night. Bring your shirt to the club and get it tie-dyed. Also a reminder, students are not allowed to park in the Career Center parking lot. Violators will be towed. Audition for the Fall Musical Review, Monday, September 11th and Tuesday, September 12th from 3:45 to 5 p.m. Sing and dance with the chorus or audition for solos, including Willy Wonka's Pure Imagination, Beauty and the Beast, Annie's Maybe, Matilda's Revolting Children, and more. All are welcome. Bring your friends. Interested people can meet in Mix Bunner's room, room 243, next Wednesday. Auditions will take place on McGuire Hall stage on the 11th and 12th. Amigos will be having an after-school program every Thursday and Friday this year, after school until 4:30 p.m. in Ms. DeMott's room, room 106. Celebrate Hispanic culture, prepare for college and careers, practice language skills, and more. The first meeting will be next Thursday, September 7th. It's time for our first Red Devil sports report this fall.
This week in sports saw the Red Devils cross-country team bring home the championship. Both boys and girls soccer earned big wins, and boys tennis won at home, which is where we start. The Red Devils scored a win on Saturday as they beat Muncie Burroughs 4-1, include Ethan Farrar at number 1 singles, winning in straight sets. Ethan Couch winning number 2 in singles. The other two wins for RHS were number 3 singles, Arash Versa, and number 2 doubles, Charlie Frederick and Owens Peters. Tennis host the Richmond Invitationals tomorrow. Also, last Saturday, RHS boys cross-country team won the Wayne County Invitational by taking 4 of the top 10 spots. Grayson Farmer finished 2nd. Alex Orihuela 4th, Xavier Ogle 6th, and Cale Newton in 10th. The girls took 2nd with Keena Barker taking 2nd, Elizabeth Graham 5th, and Katie Peacock 12th. Congratulations to both tennis teams who traveled to Marion tomorrow. On Tuesday night this weekend, Red Devil Soccer earned 2 big wins in an offensive explosion. The boys were at home against Rushville and scored 7 goals, the Lions in a shutout win. The boys get a break until next week when they travel to Connersville. The girls, not to be outdone, scored 8 in another shutout. This time on the road against Anderson, or at Anderson. The Lady Red Devils are now 1-1 in the NCC host Logan Sports Mall. Good luck to all those teams in action this weekend, including the football team who travels to Anderson. That's all for sports. Now back to you, David.
Thanks, Johnny. That's our show, but before we go, we want to remind you to make sure to watch our show next week as we will introduce you to this year's homecoming court. For On the Air, I'm David Perez, and have a great weekend.